glad you're here. Here we go. Playing cards. Aces. Right? There's 4 of them. Right? Now, one other key piece of information. One of these aces comes from a different deck of cards, but only one. Now, and more has been going on than just showing you these cards. It's a technique in magic known as forcing. Okay, that's where you create the impression that you have a free choice about what's going to take place, but you don't really have a free choice. I'll prove it. I'd like you to just name any one of these aces, and don't let me influence you about which ace you might name.
I like the ace of hearts.
I knew you would say that. I knew you would say that. And the amazing thing is, the ace of hearts just happens to be the only ace that comes from a different deck of cards. Isn't that interesting? The ace of hearts. The only card. But here, I'll tell you what, something that's even more interesting is that every now and then, somebody doesn't think of the ace of hearts. See, they think of some other card. In which case, let's say, for example, they think of the ace of diamonds, in which case I would have to point out that, why, in fact, it is the ace of diamonds that just happens to be from a different deck of cards. And even stranger than that, every now and then, somebody thinks of the ace of spades, at which point I then have to point out that it is, in fact, the ace of spades that comes from a different deck of cards. And not only that, every now and then, somebody thinks of the ace of clubs. And, of course, it happens to be the ace of clubs that happens to come from a completely different deck. Isn't that straight? Of course, every now and then, all the cards come from the same deck of cards, you know, and every now and then, they all come from a red deck of cards. So all 4 of those cards. And every now and then, only 2 come from a different deck and 2 come from another different deck. But maybe you should examine those to make sure they're just like they seem to be, because they're really actually pretty incredible cards.
No way.
No way.
Isn't that
Wow.
strange?
That is amazing.
That's strange.
I'm serious. I'm checking it out.
It's strange, strange mystery.
That's really amazing.
And there we have it.
Wow.